to be able to entertain kids is, I think, very special thing to do, and to make them as happy as, you know, you were when you were a kid watching animation, watching Saturday morning cartoons or whatever it was. That's a very good question. I actually love it all, which sounds really, I know, unusual. You know, what gets me a lot of times is the heart of a show. So if it moves me, no matter what age group, I'm really happy with that. And a favorite show that I worked on was Black Panther's Quest. I wrote a script for them that I just loved, because it was taking these characters and putting them in a new place together. You know, it was the young Thor and a young Black Panther, but it was a female Black Panther, and that was unusual, and so. And their dynamic together, and how she just really didn't want to be bothered with him, but then they ended up working together. And then it was a comedy, which wasn't typical for that particular show, but I was glad I got that episode, because I love to write comedy. And another favorite is Stillwater. Stillwater is just such a wonderful, different way of telling a story. And it's a slower paced story, not high action, not even high comedy, but there is humor in it. And there is issues that children deal with that are real. And then they get a different way of looking at the problem. So it's not always resolved in a neat little package, but it's like, oh, you know, the child feels better at the end because they reframed the way they're looking at everything. And then my other favorite, if I can name three, is I worked on Puppy Dog Pals for a couple of years, and I just really love that show. It's high energy. These puppies are crazy. I mean, crazy in a fun way, and they can do it so much. You know, they have these this contraption where they fly, and they just they travel the globe. They can go anywhere, and their whole mission is to make their owners happy, make their humans happy, you know. And so they go on these missions to make their humans happy, and sometimes to make their friends happy too. So it's a very positive message, and it's very entertaining. Yes, and I find that I think the show could help adults, actually. I watch it and I go, you know, for the episodes that I didn't write, I'm just like, oh, that's a good way to look at that, you know. And yeah, because, you know, I wrote on a show once where I was trying, and this doesn't go over very well, you know, I was trying at the end for the character not to get what they want, you know, but that didn't, they're supposed to get what they want. And so it was kind of refreshing with Stillwater to be on a show that, I mean, those other shows are fun too, because it's always fun to see the main character achieve the goal. That's always a great story. But it was just a refreshing change to see something that was different and a little more, I don't know, heartfelt in that way. And so I think the greatest thing for me is the knowing that the kids are enjoying what I've written and what's been animated, and that they're, you know, laughing. And a friend of mine took a video of a young boy that he was that was a son of a friend of his, and he took a video of the boy watching one of my shows, and so it was just, and the boy didn't know he was being, you know, shot, because he was very young. I think he might have been 5 or something, 3 or something. Anyway, he was laughing through it. And so then that was just such a nice thing to see, because it was like, oh, that's how it's affecting the audience. And I love that. And so, like, infectious, it makes you laugh, and you just realize that I don't know, I feel like our natural tendency, or our innate you know, just what's innate in us is to laugh. It is just, and to have joy, you know, that is what I believe we're about. And And so it just comes very naturally to just laugh, or even a small kid tells a joke, even if it's a joke that isn't great, isn't a great joke, but they've found, hey, I can tell a joke and maybe it'll make somebody laugh. So it's very universal. My world is children's animation. So what I'm seeing there is just, there seems to be this greater openness for diversity and inclusion, and in every way, when it comes to race, gender, abilities, disabilities, things of that nature. There's sort of a greater wanting to have representation. And I think that is, just, it's wonderful to see it, that there was some of it before, but I just feel like it's even more so now. And also, we had a climate, and we still do in a lot of ways, a political climate that is really divisive. And I think that there's just this sense of wanting to do programming for children that brings people together and that shows a different way of being in the world, and also considering being empathetic and wanting to share and be kind. And I feel like, the books for Stillwater were created a while ago, but Stillwater continues that sort of like, let's look at this differently. Let's be kinder. Let's have a nicer world kind of attitude in the stories. And I think we're just seeing more of that, which is great.